And the same people who run the businesses, you would maybe be in church with them Sundays.
Well,
or
my dad served 2 terms in the 50s on the city council.
okay.
And then after retired, 1, and then they changed to 1 and a part of 1 council time period, you know, as a councilman. And those people that you bought a meal from, bought a pair of jeans from, they bought a dress or whatever you bought in downtown, you did a lot of it in downtown, because Tulsa, though mileage-wise, it isn't any closer today, but you go to Tulsa a lot more than you did back then. Yeah. So it was a very vibrant downtown. And
well, you could get anything you needed downtown at the time.
Yeah, and Thursday night was a late shopping night.
Late night.
They stayed open till 8 o'clock, and that was a good shopping night. Yeah. You know, to go out, and because you know people didn't get off time. To 8 to 5 is when everything opened and closed down, and Saturday after 5 o'clock you couldn't buy a gallon of gas unless you went out to the turnpike and visited Jerome or
Jerome Riley.
Jerome Riley or Mr. Grimmett. They ran the Howard Johnson's gas station out there at that time. But no, Claremore was a great place to live, and very few rentals, you know, in the town. Very few rentals like we have today, and just about everybody here worked. I mean, and when you went to school, you knew, like Robert Hirsch was at the Methodist church, and you know the Pixleys were at the Catholic church, and I mean you even knew where somebody went to church. And,
right.
And a lot of times, you know, you'd know their father and mother and their grandfolks, and no, it was a pretty solid community, and man, Friday night was football night. And
town closed down on the Friday nights.
I'm telling you it did. And you drove. There'd always be a group of people that, you know, drove to the games, and at that time we were in the Verdigris Valley, you know, conference. And my high school class, we were tri-conference champs in football, co-conference champs in basketball, conference champs in baseball, and we sent some people to state and track.
Thank you very much for being with us. I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
I appreciate
like I said, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing on my part. I didn't know I was going to get to do this, but thank you for asking for me.
Thanks for the invitation. I'm glad to do it. And I mean, this is, if somebody does want to come and check out and listen to somebody, I know you've got a lot of people's voices and faces, and they can have an idea of who that individual was. I think this is a good effort.
Well,